Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Tuesday, November 24th, 2009. This morning I wanted to go over the concept of overriding, and overriding means really two different things in the context of Smalltalk. I'll give you two examples here. One, let's create a new method in a category called printing. We have our class person. I'm going to create a method called printOnStream, and we'll say super printOnStream, and then stream. Next, I'll put a space and name. Okay, so you see this little arrow. That means I've overridden this method in a subclass. What that means is if I go to hierarchy and then select up here an object, you'll find there's a printOn method implemented here. So in one sense, that's an override. An override in the sense that there's behavior in the superclass. I am extending and enhancing it by subclassing and adding functionality here. So that's one kind of override, if you will. A different kind of override completely would be if I decided to replace the method outright. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I might mean by that. Let's browse implementers of printString. Now this would be a dangerous one because printString is implemented in a number of classes but primarily in objects. So let's say that I were to go ahead and I'll demonstrate this by copying the method as it is in this class. Let's go ahead and say I were to override this way. This is again an override in a subclass, and you'll see this little notation here. So I haven't really done any damage. What would be damaging in a sense would be this: package class new class extension, and let's select object. And going in here to object, let's go to it doesn't really matter which one I pick, it'll throw it in printing anyway. Let's do this, Control S. PrintString is already defined an object, replace definition. Yes, I'll go ahead and say yes. Now it says create override. I'll say yes again. Notice the red. What that means is I have actually gone ahead and replaced and overridden in this package the way PrintString works in object. That means every class in the system now will be impacted because I've overridden this, and that's why it's in red. So this is a powerful feature of Cincom Smalltalk. You can go to any class in the system and not just override in a subclass, but you can now override in the originating class and go ahead and version that off in your own package. But of course, since only one version of printString and object can exist in the image at a time, when I've done this, I've overridden that behavior across the system, not just my package. So if I extend printString here in my class, I'm only impacting my class. If I do this kind of override, it notates it in red and it tells me you're mucking with a lot of stuff here. So it's a capability, but one you need to be careful about, and the system will tell you what you've done. And in fact, not only does it tell you what you've done, but you can go here to this overridden tab and you can take a look at the original implementation as compared to your own. And this is a valuable feature because if you've added an override to make up for what you believe is deficient behavior in the base system, for instance, when a new release of the product comes out, your override may no longer be applicable. For instance, I've done lots of overrides in things like class dataset and the tree widget in older versions of VisualWorks, and I've removed almost all of that in 7.7 because the stuff has been fixed to match the problems I'd had in previous releases. I had to take my overrides out in order to have my stuff not break in 7.7. So anytime you do this kind of thing, you need to be careful. Every time a new release comes out, look it over, see if your overrides are still applicable. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.